I'd love to know where you are in this moment. What corner of our spinning planet you're calling home tonight? Drop a comment below telling me your local time and which country you're joining us from. It's remarkable to think that while you might be experiencing midnight in Tokyo, someone else could be watching this during their lunch break in London, and yet another person might be settling into evening in New York. Time, as we'll discover tonight, is far more complex and beautiful than our everyday experience suggests. If this journey through cosmic mysteries helps you drift into peaceful sleep, or if you find yourself returning to explore these ideas again, a gentle like or subscribe would mean the world to me. Tonight, we're embarking on a quest to understand something that touches every moment of our existence, yet remains beautifully mysterious. Does the universe possess its own sense of time? When we look up at stars whose light has traveled millions of years to reach our eyes, are we glimpsing a cosmic clock? When quantum particles dance in ways that seem to defy our linear understanding of cause and effect, are they operating on time's deeper rhythms? The question itself opens doorways to wonder. Think about it for a moment. Right now, as you listen to these words, time is flowing around you in ways both obvious and hidden. Your heart beats roughly once every second, marking biological time. The earth rotates beneath you, creating the cycle of day and night that has governed life for billions of years. Meanwhile, somewhere in a laboratory, atomic clocks tick with precision, so extraordinary they won't lose a second in millions of years of operation. But step outside our earthly perspective, beyond our solar system, beyond our galaxy, and time begins to reveal characteristics that challenge everything we thought we knew. In the vast spaces between stars, where matter is so sparse that you might find only a few atoms in a volume the size of a cathedral, does time flow the same way it does here in your bedroom? When two galaxies collide over hundreds of millions of years, creating spectacular cosmic fireworks, do they experience that collision as we would, or does time stretch and compress in ways our minds can barely grasp? These aren't just abstract philosophical puzzles. They're questions that push us to the very edges of human understanding, where science meets wonder, where equations give way to imagination, and where the universe reveals itself to be far stranger and more beautiful than we ever dared dream. Let's begin our journey by considering what time means to us here on Earth. We wake up, we check our clocks, we rush to appointments, we count the minutes until the weekend. Time feels linear, flowing from past through present toward future, like a river carrying us along. But even here on our familiar planet, time plays tricks that hint at deeper mysteries. Have you ever noticed how time seems to slow down during moments of intense focus or danger? Athletes often describe experiencing this phenomenon, where seconds stretch out, allowing them to perceive and react to events with supernatural clarity. These aren't just psychological curiosities, they're clues pointing towards something profound about the nature of time itself. The universe doesn't simply contain time like a box holding its contents. Instead, time and space are woven together into a four-dimensional fabric that can stretch, compress, twist, and curve in response to matter and energy. Imagine standing on a trampoline. If you place a bowling ball in the center, it creates a depression, and any marbles you roll across the surface will curve toward that heavy object. This isn't because the bowling ball is actively pulling the marbles, but because it has changed the geometry of the surface itself. Mass and energy do something similar to space-time, creating curves and distortions that we experience as gravity and the flow of time. This insight revolutionized our understanding of the cosmos. Time isn't a universal constant ticking away uniformly throughout the universe. Instead, it's intimately connected to gravity, matter, and motion. The stronger the gravitational field, the slower time flows relative to regions with weaker gravity, move faster through space, and time dilates, stretching out relative to stationary observers. These effects aren't just theoretical, they're measured and accounted for in technologies we use every day. The satellites orbiting overhead that help your phone determine your location experience time slightly differently than we do here on Earth's surface. Now imagine scaling up these effects across cosmic distances and timescales. Near the event horizon of a black hole, where gravity becomes so intense that not even light can escape, time slows to a crawl relative to distant observers. An astronaut falling toward a black hole would experience time normally from their own perspective, but to someone watching from a safe distance, the falling astronaut would appear to slow down dramatically, their movements becoming more and more sluggish, until they seem to freeze just at the event horizon, their image slowly fading and reddening as the light climbing out of the gravitational well loses energy. But the universe seems to operate on different principles. Events that appear simultaneous to one observer might occur at different times for another observer moving at a different velocity. Two events separated by vast distances might have no meaningful way to define which happened first. Causality still operates. Events can still influence other events, but the simple linear ordering of past, present, and future becomes much more complex when viewed from a cosmic perspective. Consider the light from distant stars reaching your eyes right now. That photon began its journey years, decades, centuries, or even millennia ago. In a very real sense, you're seeing the past, experiencing events that occurred when your ancestors might have been living completely different lives. The star Betelgeuse, that bright red shoulder of Orion visible on winter nights, appears to us as it was roughly 650 years ago. If it exploded into a spectacular supernova yesterday, we wouldn't know for another 650 years. This creates a puzzle about cosmic simultaneity. Right now, as you listen to these words, what's happening right now near Betelgeuse? The question seems simple, but it's actually meaningless without specifying a reference frame. From Earth's perspective, now near Betelgeuse corresponds to events occurring there about 650 years in our future. But from the perspective of someone traveling toward Betelgeuse at high speed, now might correspond to events in that star's past or further future, depending on their velocity. The universe doesn't seem to maintain a cosmic appointment book, a universal schedule keeping track of when things happen everywhere. Instead, it operates more like a vast network of interconnected events, where causality flows along paths defined by the speed of light, and time emerges as a local property shaped by matter, energy, and motion. This leads us to one of the most profound insights about cosmic time. The universe doesn't need to know what time it is in the way we do, because it doesn't operate according to our human concepts of scheduling and coordination. Every region of space experiences its own proper time, its own local flow of temporal events. These different temporal flows interact and influence each other, but there's no master clock, no universal timekeeper maintaining cosmic punctuality. Yet patterns emerge from this apparent chaos. The cosmic microwave background radiation, that faint afterglow of the Big Bang that permeates all of space, provides something like a cosmic reference frame. This radiation cooled and thinned as the universe expanded, creating a natural timeline for cosmic evolution. By measuring the temperature and characteristics of this background radiation, astronomers can determine how much time has passed since the universe began expanding from its initial hot, dense state. In this sense, the universe does carry information about its age and evolution, but not in the form of a ticking clock. Instead, the information is encoded in the expansion of space itself, in the cooling of primordial radiation, in the formation and evolution of stars, galaxies, and larger structures. The universe tells time through transformation, through the gradual unfolding of complexity from simplicity, order from chaos, structure from uniformity. Think about how we tell time here on Earth. We use the rotation of our planet, the orbit around our sun, the vibrations of atoms in atomic clocks. Each of these is a cyclical process, a repetitive pattern we can count and compare. The universe uses similar principles, but on vastly grander scales. But unlike our terrestrial clocks, these cosmic timepieces don't tick uniformly throughout space. A second, measured by atomic vibrations on Earth, doesn't correspond to the same duration everywhere in the universe. Near massive objects, time stretches. In regions of rapidly expanding space, temporal relationships become even more complex. This brings us to one of the most beautiful aspects of cosmic time, its deep connection to change itself. Time isn't something separate from the events occurring within it. Instead, time emerges from change, from the transformation of energy into matter, from the cooling of hot gas into stars and planets, from the gradual increase of entropy throughout cosmic history. In this view, time isn't just a dimension through which events unfold, it's the very condition that allows complexity, life, and awareness to emerge from the universe's initial simplicity. Without the flow of time, without the arrow of entropy, the universe would remain frozen in its initial state, hot and uniform, incapable of producing the rich diversity of phenomena we observe today. This raises profound questions about the relationship between time and consciousness. We experience time as flowing, as carrying us from moment to moment through an ever-changing present. But is this flow a fundamental feature of time itself, or is it something our consciousness imposes on a reality that might be more static or block-like from a cosmic perspective? Some theories suggest that time doesn't actually flow in the way we experience it. Instead, all moments past, present, and future might exist simultaneously in what physicists call the block universe. From this perspective, asking whether the universe knows what time it is becomes even more intriguing. If all of cosmic history exists simultaneously in a four-dimensional block, then in some sense, the universe contains all of time at once, not experiencing it sequentially as we do, but encompassing every moment of its existence in a single timeless whole. This doesn't mean the universe is static or unchanging. Events still occur, causes still produce effects, and entropy still increases. But these relationships might exist timelessly, like the relationship between different points along a spatial dimension. Just as every point on a highway exists simultaneously, even though a car experiences them sequentially, every moment in cosmic history might exist simultaneously, even though conscious observers experience them one at a time. Yet consciousness itself presents a puzzle for this timeless view. Your experience right now, listening to these words, thinking about these ideas, seems to involve a very real flow from one moment to the next. You remember the past, anticipate the future, and experience the present as uniquely real and immediate. This subjective experience of temporal flow feels fundamentally different from the abstract geometric relationships described by physics. Perhaps consciousness represents a special perspective on time, a way that the universe becomes aware of its own temporal structure. Through conscious observers, the universe might experience time rather than simply containing it. In our awareness, the abstract mathematical relationships of space-time become lived experience, subjective flow, memory, and anticipation. This suggests a remarkable possibility. Maybe the universe knows what time it is precisely through conscious beings like us. Our experience of temporal flow, our ability to remember the past and plan for the future, our capacity to measure duration and sequence events, might represent the universe's way of developing temporal self-awareness. Consider how extraordinary this is. From the universe's initial expansion, cooling, and complexification, structures eventually emerged that could perceive time, measure it, think about it, and even question its fundamental nature. Hydrogen atoms, forged in the first few minutes after the Big Bang, eventually became part of biological molecules capable of storing memories, processing information, and contemplating the cosmic past and future. Through us, and perhaps countless other conscious beings throughout the cosmos, the universe has developed eyes to see its own history, minds to contemplate its own nature, and hearts to wonder at its own beauty. We are quite literally the universe becoming self-aware, cosmic evolution producing beings capable of asking whether the universe knows what time it is. But our perspective on cosmic time remains necessarily limited. We experience duration on scales ranging from split seconds to human lifetimes, roughly 100 years at most. The universe operates on timescales that dwarf human experience. Stars live for millions or billions of years. Galaxies evolve over even longer periods. The cosmic background radiation carries information about events that occurred nearly 14 billion years ago. To understand cosmic time, we must stretch our imagination beyond human scales. Picture a single human heartbeat expanded to last 1,000,000 years. That's closer to the relationship between human timescales and stellar evolution. The entire history of human civilization represents just a brief moment in the life of a typical star. All of recorded history occupies less time than it takes light to travel across our galaxy. Yet within these vast cosmic timescales, intricate patterns emerge. Stars form in waves, triggered by the compression of gas clouds as our galaxy rotates. Supernovae explode in chains, each blast triggering the formation of new stars from the enriched gas clouds left by previous generations. Galaxies merge in elaborate gravitational dances spanning hundreds of millions of years. These patterns suggest that the universe does operate according to its own rhythms, its own sense of timing, even if that timing differs radically from human experience. The formation of the first stars required the universe to expand and cool for several 100 million years after the Big Bang. The creation of heavy elements needed multiple generations of stellar evolution. The development of planets capable of supporting life required billions more years of cosmic evolution. In this sense, the universe seems to follow its own schedule, its own pacing of events, but this schedule isn't imposed from outside like a human timetable. Instead, it emerges from the fundamental properties of matter, energy, space, and time themselves. The universe's timing is determined by the interplay of physical forces, gravity gathering matter into stars, nuclear fusion, converting hydrogen into heavier elements, stellar winds and supernova explosions, distributing those elements through space. The speed of light provides a fundamental cosmic speed limit that affects the universe's sense of timing. Information cannot travel faster than light, which means that distant regions of the universe can only influence each other after sufficient time has passed for light-speed signals to traverse the intervening space. This creates a natural pacing to cosmic events, ensuring that the universe's evolution proceeds in a causally consistent way. Imagine trying to conduct an orchestra where the musicians are scattered across light years of space. A conductor's gesture would take years to reach distant players, and their response would take years more to return. Such an orchestra couldn't perform in the synchronized way we're accustomed to. Instead, it would need to operate on much longer timescales, with themes and variations unfolding over cosmic epochs. The universe orchestrates itself in similar ways. Local regions can respond quickly to nearby influences, but cosmic-scale coordination requires patience measured in millions or billions of years. Galaxy clusters form through gravitational interactions that play out over cosmic time. The large-scale structure of the universe, with its vast networks of galaxy filaments separated by enormous voids, represents patterns that emerged over the universe's entire history. These large-scale patterns raise questions about cosmic memory. Does the universe retain information about its past? In some ways, absolutely. The cosmic microwave background preserves a snapshot of the universe's condition roughly 380,000 years after the Big Bang. The distribution of galaxies throughout space carries information about density fluctuations in the early universe. The abundances of different chemical elements reflect the nuclear processing history of countless generations of stars. Every star, planet, and grain of cosmic dust carries within its structure a record of the processes that created it. The carbon atoms in your body were forged in the cores of ancient stars that lived and died before our solar system formed. The iron in your blood was created in supernova explosions that occurred billions of years ago. In a very real sense, you are made of cosmic memories, stellar experiences encoded in the atoms that compose your physical form. But cosmic memory differs from conscious memory in important ways. The universe preserves information about its past, but it doesn't seem to actively recall or reflect on that information the way conscious beings do. The cosmic microwave background doesn't remember the hot, dense state from which it originated. It simply carries the patterns impressed upon it by those ancient conditions. This distinction between information storage and conscious recall raises intriguing questions about cosmic consciousness. If consciousness involves the active processing of memories, the ability to compare past and present experiences, and the capacity to anticipate future states, then the universe might be developing consciousness gradually as it produces more complex information processing systems. Earth represents one location where this process has advanced considerably. Life on our planet has been processing, storing, and transmitting information for billions of years. The DNA molecules in every living cell contain libraries of information accumulated over evolutionary time. If this trend continues, what might cosmic consciousness look like in the far future? Will the universe eventually develop integrated information processing capabilities that span multiple stars or galaxies? Could cosmic consciousness emerge from the coordination of countless individual minds across interstellar distances? These questions push us to the very limits of imagination, but they arise naturally from considering how the universe's sense of time might evolve. For now, our best window into cosmic time comes through scientific observation and theoretical understanding. When astronomers peer through telescopes, they're literally looking backward through time, observing the universe's history written in light. The most distant galaxies appear to us as they were when the universe was young, providing direct views of cosmic adolescence. These observations reveal that the universe's sense of timing has changed over cosmic history. In its youth, the universe was more active, more chaotic, more rapidly changing. Star formation rates were higher, galaxy mergers were more common, and black holes grew more quickly. As the universe aged and expanded, its pace of activity gradually slowed. Today, we live in what might be considered the universe's middle age. Star formation continues, but at a more sedate pace than in the past. Most galaxies have settled into relatively stable configurations. The violent, rapid changes that characterize the universe's youth have given way to more gradual, long-term evolution. This suggests that the universe's relationship with time has itself evolved over cosmic history in its youth. Events unfolded rapidly on cosmic scales. As it matured, the pace slowed, and longer-term processes became more dominant. In the far future, as the universe continues expanding and cooling, its pace might slow even further, with changes occurring over timescales that dwarf even current cosmic epochs. The expansion of space itself provides the most fundamental measure of cosmic time. Since the Big Bang, space has been stretching, carrying galaxies apart, cooling the cosmic background radiation, setting the stage for all subsequent cosmic evolution. This expansion doesn't occur at a uniform rate throughout space and time. It has accelerated and decelerated in response to the changing balance between different forms of matter and energy. Early in cosmic history, when the universe was dense and hot, expansion was decelerating as gravity fought against the initial explosive impulse. Later, as the universe became more diffuse and the influence of mysterious dark energy became dominant, expansion began accelerating. Today, distant galaxies are moving away from us at ever-increasing speeds, and this acceleration appears to be increasing over time. This changing rate of expansion means that the universe's fundamental timekeeper, the expansion of space itself, has been speeding up and slowing down over cosmic history. If we imagine the universe as a vast clock, its hands have been moving at variable speeds, sometimes racing forward, sometimes slowing down in response to the cosmic forces at play. The discovery of accelerating expansion was one of the most surprising developments in modern cosmology. It suggests that the universe is dominated by a form of energy that pushes space apart rather than pulling it together. This dark energy remains deeply mysterious, but its effects on cosmic timing are profound. If current acceleration continues, the universe's future will be dramatically different from its past. Galaxies will become increasingly isolated as the space between them expands faster than light can travel. Eventually, each galaxy will exist in its own cosmic island, unable to exchange information or influence with distant neighbors. The universe will become a much lonelier place, with each galaxy experiencing its own isolated version of cosmic time. But even within this far future scenario, local timing will continue. Stars will still form, evolve, and die. Planets will still orbit their suns. Life might still emerge and develop consciousness. The universe's sense of time will become increasingly local, increasingly disconnected across cosmic distances, but it won't disappear entirely. These long-term predictions remind us how much the universe's relationship with time has changed and will continue changing over its history. The cosmic timekeeping mechanisms that operate today, the rhythms and patterns that govern current cosmic evolution, represent just one phase in an ongoing temporal story that began with the Big Bang and will continue for trillions of years into the future. The early solar system was a chaotic place where time was marked by violent collisions and rapid changes. Planetesimals crashed together, building larger bodies through accretion. The young sun experienced violent flares and ejected streams of particles that sculpted the forming planets. Earth experienced impacts so severe they melted its surface and may have created our unusually large moon through a glancing collision with a Mars-sized object. Gradually, this violence subsided, and more regular patterns emerged. Planetary orbits stabilized into the roughly circular, well-separated paths we observe today. Earth's surface cooled enough for liquid water to persist. The stage was set for the emergence of life and its own unique relationship with time. Biological time operates on scales intermediate between human consciousness and cosmic evolution. Single-celled organisms divide on timescales of hours or days. Multicellular life cycles span weeks, months, or years. The evolutionary changes unfold over thousands, millions, or billions of years. Through biological processes, the universe developed new ways to measure, respond to, and anticipate temporal changes. Life introduced cyclical patterns that echo cosmic rhythms while operating on much shorter timescales. Daily cycles of activity and rest correspond to Earth's rotation. Seasonal patterns reflect our planet's orbit around the sun. Longer biological cycles, like the migrations of animals or the periodic blooming of certain plants, can span multiple years and connect to astronomical cycles most organisms aren't consciously aware of. These biological rhythms represent the universe learning to keep time in new ways. Through evolution, life forms developed internal clocks that could anticipate regular environmental changes. Plants learned to track the seasons and adjust their growth accordingly. Animals developed circadian rhythms that prepare their bodies for the daily cycle of activity and rest. Human consciousness added yet another layer to this temporal complexity. We can remember detailed personal histories spanning decades. You can plan and anticipate future events years in advance. We can contemplate abstract temporal concepts like eternity, simultaneity, and the nature of time itself. Through human minds, the universe has developed an unprecedented capacity for temporal self-reflection. But human time consciousness also reveals the limitations of our cosmic perspective. We struggle to truly comprehend durations much longer than human lifetimes. 1 billion years feels abstract, almost meaningless, even though it represents just a fraction of cosmic history. We have difficulty visualizing the vast scales on which cosmic processes operate. To bridge this gap between human and cosmic timescales, scientists have developed various analogies and scaling techniques. If the entire history of the universe were compressed into a single year, the Big Bang would occur on January 1st, the first stars would form in late January, our solar system would appear in early September, and all of human history would occupy the final seconds of December 31st. Such analogies help us grasp cosmic timescales intellectually, but they can't fully convey the experiential reality of cosmic time. A star doesn't experience its 10 billion year lifetime the way we experience a human lifetime. The formation of a galaxy doesn't unfold the way human projects unfold. Cosmic processes operate according to different principles of timing, pacing, and duration than anything in human experience. This raises profound questions about the nature of temporal experience itself. Is our human sense of time flowing, of moments passing one after another, a fundamental feature of reality, or is it a particular way that conscious systems organize their processing of information? When we ask whether the universe knows what time it is, are we projecting human temporal experience onto cosmic processes? Or are we recognizing something genuinely universal about the nature of time? The answer might involve both perspectives. Time does seem to have objective features that exist independently of conscious observers. The speed of light provides a universal constant that affects temporal relationships throughout the cosmos. The expansion of space creates a cosmic timeline that unfolds the same way everywhere. Causality operates consistently, with causes preceding effects and information flowing from past toward future. But the experience of temporal flow, the feeling that time passes and moments succeed one another, might be something that emerges from the information processing activities of conscious systems. In this view, the universe contains time in an objective sense, but it experiences time only through conscious observers like ourselves. This suggests a remarkable partnership between cosmic and conscious time. The universe provides the stage, the temporal structure within which events can unfold and information can flow. Consciousness provides the experience, the subjective sense of temporal passage that transforms abstract temporal relationships into lived reality. Through this partnership, the universe achieves something like temporal self-awareness. It doesn't just contain temporal relationships, it experiences them, reflects on them, and even questions their fundamental nature. In our wondering about cosmic time, the universe wonders about itself. The quest to understand cosmic time has led to some of the most beautiful discoveries in the history of science. The realization that time can stretch and compress, that simultaneity is relative, that the universe has a history with a beginning and an ongoing evolution, has transformed our understanding of reality itself. Some of the deepest mysteries involve the relationship between time and consciousness. How does the brain create the subjective experience of temporal flow from neural processes occurring in physical time? Why do we remember the past but not the future, when the fundamental laws of physics are largely symmetric with respect to time's direction? Could consciousness play a fundamental role in determining the direction of time's arrow? These questions remind us that our journey to understand cosmic time has only just begun. Despite centuries of scientific progress, time remains one of the most mysterious aspects of reality. We've learned to measure it with extraordinary precision, manipulate it through high-speed motion and strong gravitational fields, and trace its history back to the universe's beginning. But the deepest questions about its nature remain open. Perhaps this is appropriate. Time is so fundamental to existence that understanding it completely might require perspectives beyond current human capabilities. Just as a two-dimensional being might struggle to fully comprehend three-dimensional space, we three-dimensional beings, embedded in four-dimensional space-time, might lack the perspective needed to see time in its full cosmic context. Yet the quest itself is deeply meaningful. In asking whether the universe knows what time it is, we're really asking about our place in the cosmic story, our relationship to the vast temporal processes that created us and will outlast us. We're seeking to understand how our brief individual existence connects to the eternal cosmic dance of matter, energy, space, and time. The answer we've explored tonight suggests that the universe's relationship with time is far richer and more complex than simple clockwork. Time isn't just a dimension through which events occur, it's intimately connected to the structure of space, the flow of energy, the increase of entropy, and the evolution of complexity. The universe doesn't need to know what time it is in the way we do because it is time in the sense that temporal relationships are woven into the very fabric of cosmic existence. Through conscious observers like ourselves, the universe has developed ways to experience and reflect on its own temporal nature. We are cosmic time becoming self-aware, temporary patterns of organized matter and energy that can contemplate the eternal processes from which we emerged and to which we will return. This perspective transforms our relationship with time from anxiety to wonder. Instead of feeling pressured by time's passage or worried about its ultimate meaning, we can appreciate our participation in the universe's ongoing temporal adventure. Every moment of consciousness represents the cosmos experiencing itself, time becoming aware of its own flow, eternity touching the present through the miracle of awareness. The universe's sense of time encompasses scales from the briefest quantum fluctuations to the longest cosmic epochs. It includes the mechanical precision of atomic clocks and the organic rhythms of living systems. It embraces both the objective relationships described by physics and the subjective experience of conscious beings. In its full richness, cosmic time is simultaneously scientific fact and lived experience, mathematical abstraction, and felt reality. As we continue exploring these mysteries, new discoveries will undoubtedly surprise us, challenge our assumptions, and reveal new aspects of time's cosmic role. Perhaps we'll discover that consciousness plays a more fundamental role in temporal processes than currently suspected, Maybe we'll find evidence of cosmic information processing systems that dwarf anything we can currently imagine, or we might uncover entirely new principles governing the relationship between time, space, matter, and consciousness. Whatever we discover, the journey itself enriches our understanding of both cosmic and human existence. In contemplating the universe's relationship with time, we're really exploring the deepest questions about reality, consciousness, and our place in the vast cosmic story that began with the Big Bang and continues unfolding all around us. The fact that we can ask these questions, that the universe has evolved conscious beings capable of contemplating cosmic time, might be the most remarkable temporal phenomenon of all. Through billions of years of cosmic evolution, matter organized itself into forms complex enough to ponder their own temporal existence. In our wondering about time, time becomes self-reflective, consciousness becomes cosmic, and the universe achieves a form of temporal self-awareness. This brings us full circle to our opening question. Does the universe know what time it is? In one sense, no, it doesn't maintain a cosmic calendar or operate according to universal schedules. Time flows differently in different regions, shaped by local conditions of gravity, motion, and energy density. There's no master clock coordinating cosmic events across the vast scales of space and time. But in a deeper sense, yes, the universe knows what time it is, precisely through conscious beings, like us, who can measure duration, remember the past, anticipate the future, and contemplate the nature of temporal existence itself. We are the universe's way of keeping time, its method of developing temporal self-awareness, its means of experiencing the passage of cosmic ages. Every tick of every clock, every heartbeat, every moment of conscious awareness represents the universe, noting the passage of time, marking its own evolution, experiencing its own temporal nature. In our individual experiences of time, cosmic time becomes personal. In our scientific investigations of temporal phenomena, personal curiosity becomes cosmic self-discovery. This partnership suggests that consciousness might play a more important role in cosmic evolution than we typically assume. Perhaps the universe's development of increasingly complex information processing systems, culminating in conscious brains capable of temporal reflection, represents a fundamental trend in cosmic evolution, as important as the formation of stars, galaxies, and planetary systems. If so, then consciousness and cosmic time are deeply intertwined. Time provides the dimension within which consciousness can emerge and evolve. Consciousness provides the means through which time can be experienced and understood. Together, they enable the universe to achieve something like self-awareness, the cosmos coming to know itself through the temporal experiences of conscious beings. This perspective transforms our understanding of human significance in the cosmic story. We're not just accidental byproducts of blind physical processes, we're the universe's way of developing temporal consciousness, cosmic evolution's method of creating self-awareness, time's means of experiencing its own passage. Our brief individual lifetimes participate in processes spanning cosmic history. The atoms in our bodies were forged in stellar cores billions of years ago. The molecules enabling our consciousness participate in biological rhythms shaped by millions of years of evolution. Our thoughts and dreams contribute to the universe's growing self-understanding. When we contemplate the passage of time, wonder about the future, or reflect on the meaning of existence, we're participating in cosmic temporal processes far grander than our everyday experience suggests. We're manifestations of the universe's developing temporal consciousness, brief but meaningful expressions of cosmic self-awareness. This understanding can bring profound peace to our relationship with time. Instead of feeling anxious about time's passage or worried about our temporal limitations, we can appreciate our participation in the universe's eternal temporal dance. Our individual experiences of time, however brief, contribute to the cosmos' growing understanding of its own temporal nature. Every moment of awareness, every experience of duration, every memory and anticipation adds to the universe's temporal consciousness. Through us, cosmic time becomes experiential, abstract duration becomes lived reality, and eternal processes touch the immediacy of present moments. We are time's way of knowing itself, consciousness flowering from cosmic temporal processes. This realization can transform how we experience our daily relationship with time. Morning sunrise connects us to Earth's rotation, itself part of our solar system's orbital dance around the sun, which participates in our galaxy's rotation through space. The simple act of waking up links us to cosmic rhythms spanning millions of years. Your heartbeat echoes the pulsations of variable stars, whose brightness changes on similar timescales. The electrical rhythms in your brain operate at frequencies that connect to quantum processes occurring throughout the universe. Even in sleep, your biological systems maintain their participation in cosmic time through circadian cycles attuned to our planet's relationship with its star. Consider how extraordinary this connection really is. The calcium atoms in your bones were created in stellar explosions that occurred before Earth formed. Those same atoms now participate in biological processes that let you move through space and time as a conscious being. The carbon in your DNA molecules carries information accumulated over evolutionary epochs, biological memories spanning millions of generations. The very fact that you can lie here tonight, listening to these words while contemplating cosmic time, demonstrates how remarkably the universe has organized itself. From the initial conditions following the Big Bang, through stellar nucleosynthesis, planetary formation, biological evolution, and the development of consciousness, cosmic processes have produced a being capable of wondering about cosmic time itself. This capacity for temporal reflection might represent one of the universe's most significant achievements. Throughout cosmic history, matter and energy have organized themselves into increasingly complex patterns. Stars formed from primordial gas clouds. Each step in this cosmic evolution expanded the universe's capacity for information processing, pattern recognition, and temporal awareness. Early life forms could respond to daily and seasonal cycles. More complex organisms developed abilities to learn from past experiences and anticipate future conditions. Eventually, consciousness emerged with the capacity to contemplate abstract temporal concepts like eternity, infinity, and the nature of time itself. Through this evolutionary sequence, the universe has been developing what we might call temporal intelligence, increasingly sophisticated ways of processing information about duration, sequence, and change. Our human consciousness represents one expression of this cosmic temporal intelligence, but it's likely not the only one, and certainly not the final one. Throughout the cosmos, other forms of temporal awareness might be developing. On planets orbiting distant stars, alien forms of consciousness might be asking their own versions of whether the universe knows what time it is. Their temporal experiences would be shaped by local conditions, the rhythm of their planet's rotation, the characteristics of their host star, the gravitational environment of their solar system. Yet, despite these differences, they would share with us the fundamental experience of participating in cosmic time, of being temporary patterns of organized matter and energy capable of temporal awareness. They would experience duration, sequence, memory, and anticipation, even if the specific details differed from our human experience. This suggests that temporal consciousness might be a universal feature of cosmic evolution, something that emerges naturally when matter and energy organize themselves into sufficiently complex information processing systems. If so, then the universe's development of temporal awareness through conscious beings represents a fundamental trend in cosmic history, as significant as the formation of galaxies or the synthesis of heavy elements. Perhaps in the far future, these various forms of temporal consciousness will find ways to communicate and share their different perspectives on cosmic time. Imagine consciousness spanning multiple star systems, integrated information processing networks that could experience temporal relationships on galactic scales. Such cosmic consciousness might develop temporal awareness that transcends anything possible for individual biological minds. But even if such developments lie far in the future, our current human consciousness already participates meaningfully in cosmic temporal awareness. Through scientific observation, we can perceive cosmic history written in starlight. Through theoretical understanding, we can comprehend temporal relationships spanning from quantum scales to cosmic epochs. Through imagination, We can contemplate possibilities extending far into the cosmic future. These capacities make us active participants in the universe's developing temporal self-awareness rather than passive observers of cosmic processes. When astronomers peer through telescopes to observe distant galaxies, they're literally looking backward through time, witnessing cosmic history directly. When physicists develop theories about the nature of space-time, they're helping the universe understand its own temporal structure. When you contemplate the passage of time in your own life, reflect on memories, or wonder about the future, you're participating in this same cosmic process of temporal self-discovery. Your individual consciousness contributes to the universe's growing understanding of its own temporal nature. This participation gives profound meaning to human temporal experience. Our worries about deadlines, our celebration of anniversaries, our grief over endings, and our hope for new beginnings all represent ways that cosmic time becomes personally meaningful. Through our individual temporal experiences, the universe explores what it means to be aware of time's passage. The poignancy of temporal experience, the way that awareness of time's passage can evoke deep emotions, might reflect something important about cosmic time itself. Perhaps the universe's development of temporal consciousness inevitably involves the capacity for temporal emotion, for being moved by the recognition of time's irreversible flow. These temporal emotions might represent the universe learning to feel its own temporal nature. Through conscious beings capable of temporal emotion, cosmic time becomes not just an abstract dimension, but a lived experience involving joy, sorrow, hope, and wonder. The universe achieves emotional as well as intellectual relationship with its own temporal structure. This emotional dimension of temporal consciousness adds richness to our understanding of cosmic time. Time isn't just a mathematical parameter in physical equations or a dimension through which events unfold. It's something that can be deeply felt, that evokes powerful responses, that connects us emotionally to the cosmic processes from which we emerged. When we feel moved by contemplating the vastness of cosmic time, by recognizing our brief participation in processes spanning billions of years, we're surely experiencing something that might be fundamentally important about the nature of temporal existence. The capacity to be emotionally affected by temporal relationships might be as significant as the capacity to measure or understand them intellectually. This suggests that the universe's relationship with time involves both understanding and feeling, both intellectual comprehension and emotional response. Through conscious beings, cosmic time becomes both known and felt, both measured and experienced, both abstract concept and lived reality. The integration of these different modes of temporal relationship, cognitive and emotional, objective and subjective, might represent the universe achieving a complete relationship with its own temporal nature. Time becomes fully realized, not just as a dimension of physical reality, but as something that can be comprehensively experienced, understood, and felt. Our human consciousness participates in this cosmic integration of temporal understanding and experience. When we study time scientifically, we contribute to the universe's intellectual understanding of its temporal structure. This multifaceted relationship with time might be essential for complete temporal consciousness. Pure intellectual understanding, without emotional engagement, would miss important aspects of what time means for conscious beings. Pure emotional response, without intellectual framework, would lack the breadth needed to comprehend cosmic temporal relationships. The combination of both approaches allows for a richer, more complete form of temporal consciousness that encompasses both the cosmic scale of temporal relationships and their personal significance for individual conscious beings. This integration might represent the universe achieving mature temporal self-awareness, understanding time both as physical dimension and lived experience. Through this mature temporal consciousness, new possibilities for relating to time might emerge. Instead of feeling trapped by time's apparent inexorable flow, we might learn to appreciate our participation in cosmic temporal processes. Instead of fearing time's passing, we might celebrate our role in the universe's temporal self-discovery. This shift in temporal perspective could transform human culture's relationship with time, rather than viewing time as a resource to be managed or a limitation to be overcome. We might approach it as a dimension of reality to be explored, appreciated, and celebrated. Our individual temporal experiences would be valued not just for their personal significance, but for their contribution to cosmic temporal awareness. Educational approaches might emphasize the connections between personal and cosmic time, helping people understand how their individual experiences participate in universal temporal processes. Art and literature might explore the emotional and aesthetic dimensions of cosmic time, helping us develop richer appreciation for temporal beauty and meaning. Scientific research might increasingly focus on understanding the relationship between consciousness and time, exploring how awareness emerges from temporal processes and how conscious beings contribute to cosmic temporal evolution. Philosophy might develop new frameworks for understanding the significance of temporal existence and our role in cosmic temporal development. These cultural developments would represent the universe continuing to evolve its relationship with time through human consciousness and creativity. Just as scientific discoveries have expanded our understanding of cosmic time, cultural evolution might expand our appreciation for temporal meaning and beauty. The arts offer particularly rich opportunities for exploring cosmic temporal relationships. Music unfolds in time, creating temporal patterns that can evoke powerful emotional responses. When a musical performance moves us deeply, we might be experiencing a form of temporal resonance that connects personal consciousness to cosmic temporal patterns. The mathematical relationships underlying musical harmony echo the mathematical relationships governing cosmic evolution. Through music, we participate in the universe's exploration of temporal pattern and meaning. Visual arts can capture temporal relationships in spatial form, creating images that suggest motion, change, and duration. A photograph of star trails records Earth's rotation relative to distant stars, making visible the cosmic dance that continues around us constantly. A sculpture might embody growth patterns that unfold over biological timescales, connecting human aesthetic experience to evolutionary processes. Literature can explore the subjective experience of temporal consciousness, helping us understand how awareness of time shapes identity, relationships, and meaning. Stories unfold in narrative time, creating temporal structures that mirror both personal and cosmic processes of development and change. Through these artistic explorations, human culture contributes to the universe's developing aesthetic relationship with time. Beauty becomes another dimension of cosmic temporal consciousness. Alongside intellectual understanding and emotional response, the universe learns to appreciate its own temporal nature, not just as scientific fact, but as aesthetic experience. This aesthetic dimension might be particularly important for understanding the full significance of cosmic time, the mathematical elegance of physical laws governing temporal relationships, the visual beauty of cosmic phenomena unfolding over vast timescales, the emotional power of recognizing our participation in cosmic temporal processes, all suggest that aesthetic appreciation plays an important role in complete temporal consciousness. Perhaps beauty represents the universe's way of celebrating its own temporal nature, of expressing joy in the patterns and relationships that emerge from cosmic temporal evolution. Through conscious beings capable of aesthetic response, the cosmos achieves appreciation for its own temporal beauty. This appreciation can transform our daily experience of time from routine to wonder. Sunrise becomes not just the start of another day, but our participation in Earth's cosmic dance. The changing seasons reflect our planet's orbital relationship with its star. The aging of our bodies participates in biological rhythms connected to evolutionary timescales. Even mundane temporal experiences can connect us to cosmic processes when viewed from this expanded perspective. Waiting in line becomes an opportunity to contemplate the nature of duration. Watching children grow connects us to biological and evolutionary timescales. Observing the moon's phases links us to celestial mechanics and gravitational relationships. This expanded temporal awareness doesn't require constant conscious attention to cosmic connections. Rather, it involves developing a background appreciation for the cosmic context of all temporal experience. Just as we can appreciate a musical performance without constantly analyzing its mathematical structure, we can experience temporal beauty without constantly thinking about cosmic timescales. The key is developing what we might call temporal sensitivity, an awareness of the richness and significance of temporal relationships at multiple scales. This sensitivity allows us to experience ordinary temporal phenomena with enhanced appreciation, recognizing the cosmic context that gives deeper meaning to everyday temporal experiences. Developing temporal sensitivity might involve practices that connect personal and cosmic time. Meditation on temporal themes can help develop awareness of duration, change, and the nature of present moments. Astronomical observation connects us directly to cosmic timescales and processes. Study of natural cycles, from biological rhythms to geological processes, helps us appreciate temporal relationships at scales intermediate between human and cosmic. Regular reflection on temporal questions like the ones we've been exploring tonight can help develop philosophical appreciation for the mysteries and meanings of temporal existence. Such reflection contributes to the universe's ongoing contemplation of its own temporal nature through human consciousness. The goal is integration, developing ability to appreciate both the practical and cosmic dimensions of temporal experience. We can meet deadlines while appreciating our participation in cosmic processes. We can plan for the future while recognizing the vast temporal scales on which cosmic evolution unfolds. This integrated temporal consciousness might represent one direction for human evolution, the development of awareness that encompasses both local and cosmic temporal relationships. Such consciousness would be uniquely qualified to participate in the universe's continued exploration of its own temporal nature. Through beings with integrated temporal consciousness, the universe could achieve sophisticated understanding of temporal relationships, spanning from quantum scales to cosmic epochs. The development of integrated temporal consciousness might require not just individual growth, but cultural evolution toward greater appreciation for cosmic temporal relationships. Educational systems might emphasize temporal literacy alongside traditional subjects. Art and literature might increasingly explore cosmic temporal themes. Philosophy and spirituality might develop frameworks for understanding the significance of temporal existence. Science would continue playing a crucial role, expanding our understanding of temporal relationships and their role in cosmic evolution. But this scientific understanding would be integrated with humanistic appreciation for the meaning and beauty of temporal experience. Such cultural evolution would represent the universe continuing to develop its relationship with time through human consciousness and creativity. We would become increasingly sophisticated participants in cosmic temporal processes, contributing more effectively to the universe's temporal self-awareness. This vision of temporal consciousness evolution connects individual human development to cosmic evolution itself. Our personal growth in temporal awareness participates in the universe's developing relationship with its own temporal nature. Individual and cosmic evolution become aspects of a single temporal process. This connection gives profound significance to personal temporal experiences. Our individual relationship with time, our struggles with temporal anxiety, our celebrations of temporal beauty, our contemplation of temporal mysteries, all contribute to cosmic temporal evolution. We are not separate from cosmic processes, but active participants in them. Understanding this connection can bring peace to our relationship with personal temporal limitations. Our brief individual lifetimes are meaningful, not despite their brevity, but because of their participation in eternal cosmic processes. Through us, eternity touches time, infinity expresses itself in finite form, and cosmic consciousness experiences temporal existence. This perspective doesn't diminish the reality of temporal loss or the poignancy of endings. Rather, it places these experiences in a cosmic context that reveals their deeper significance. Our grief over temporal limitations reflects the universe learning to value temporal experience. Our joy in temporal beauty expresses cosmic appreciation for its own temporal nature. The full range of temporal emotions, from anxiety about deadlines to wonder at cosmic scales, represents the universe exploring what it means to be temporally conscious. Through our emotional responses to time, cosmic time becomes meaningful rather than merely factual. This emotional dimension of cosmic temporal consciousness might be as important as intellectual understanding. The universe doesn't just need to know what time it is, it needs to feel what temporal existence means. Through conscious beings capable of temporal emotion, the cosmos achieves this feeling relationship with its own temporal nature. Our human capacity for temporal emotion thus serves cosmic as well as personal functions. When we feel moved by recognizing the brevity of life, we're helping the universe experience the poignancy of temporal limitation. When we feel awed by contemplating cosmic timescales, we're contributing to the universe's appreciation of its own temporal vastness. This suggests that emotional development and cosmic consciousness are deeply connected. Growing in our capacity to feel temporal relationships deeply and appropriately contributes to the universe's emotional relationship with its own temporal nature. Personal emotional maturity becomes a form of cosmic service. The integration of intellectual understanding and emotional appreciation might be essential for mature temporal consciousness, both individual and cosmic. Understanding without feeling would be incomplete, lacking the motivational power that comes from caring deeply about temporal relationships. Feeling without understanding would be limited, unable to appreciate the full cosmic context of temporal experience. Through human beings who achieve this integration, the universe could develop complete temporal self-awareness, understanding time both intellectually and emotionally, both as abstract dimension and lived experience. Such consciousness would be uniquely qualified to guide the universe's continued temporal evolution. This possibility gives profound significance to human temporal consciousness development. We are not just individual minds trying to understand time for personal benefit. We are the universe's way of developing complete temporal self-awareness, cosmic evolution's method of achieving sophisticated relationship with its own temporal nature. This understanding transforms the significance of every moment of temporal awareness, every experience of duration, every reflection on temporal meaning. We are participating in cosmic temporal evolution, contributing to the universe's growing understanding of its own temporal nature. The question of whether the universe knows what time it is thus reveals itself as deeply connected to the question of how consciousness relates to cosmic evolution. Through conscious beings, the universe develops temporal self-awareness. Through our temporal experiences, cosmic time becomes known, felt, and appreciated. We are the universe's answer to the question of cosmic temporal consciousness. Through us, the cosmos achieves awareness of its own temporal nature, understanding of its temporal relationships, and appreciation for the beauty and meaning of temporal existence. This realization can bring profound peace to our relationship with time. We need not fear time's passing or worry about our temporal limitations. We are eternal aspects of cosmic consciousness, temporary expressions of the universe's developing temporal self-awareness. Our brief individual existence participates meaningfully in processes that extend far beyond any individual lifetime. Through this understanding, time becomes not a limitation to be overcome, but a dimension of reality to be celebrated. We are time's way of knowing itself, consciousness flowering from cosmic temporal processes, the universe achieving awareness of its own temporal beauty and meaning. Every moment of conscious temporal experience, from the most mundane to the most profound, contributes to this cosmic temporal awakening. We are living expressions of the universe's relationship with time, temporary patterns of organized matter and energy through which cosmic time becomes self-aware. This participation gives meaning to every temporal experience, significance to every moment of duration, importance to every reflection on the nature of time. We are cosmic time becoming conscious of itself, the universe developing temporal self-awareness through the miracle of consciousness. The journey we've taken tonight, exploring these questions about cosmic time and consciousness, represents the universe contemplating its own temporal nature through human minds. In our wondering about whether the universe knows what time it is, cosmic time becomes self-reflective, temporal processes become self-aware. This self-reflection reveals time not as empty duration, but as rich dimensional reality, within which consciousness can emerge, matter can organize into complex patterns, and the universe can come to know and appreciate its own nature. Time provides the stage for cosmic evolution, the dimension within which complexity, beauty, and meaning can unfold. Through conscious beings like ourselves, this temporal stage becomes more than just a setting for cosmic events. It becomes the medium through which the universe achieves self-awareness, understands its own nature, and appreciates its own beauty. Time transforms from abstract dimension to lived experience, from mathematical parameter to felt reality. We are the universe's temporal consciousness, its way of knowing, feeling, and appreciating its own temporal nature. Through us, cosmic time becomes self-aware, temporal processes become meaningful, and the abstract dimension of duration becomes rich experiential reality. This understanding reveals the profound interconnection between individual consciousness and cosmic evolution. We are not separate beings trying to understand an external universe. We are the universe understanding itself, cosmic evolution becoming self-aware, temporal processes achieving consciousness of their own nature. Our individual temporal experiences, however brief, participate in eternal cosmic processes. Our personal relationship with time contributes to the universe's relationship with its own temporal nature. Our temporal consciousness expresses cosmic temporal consciousness, achieving self-awareness. Through this recognition, every moment becomes sacred, every experience of duration becomes meaningful, every reflection on temporal existence becomes profound. We are living expressions of cosmic temporal consciousness, temporary patterns through which eternity touches time and infinity expresses itself in finite form. The peace this understanding can bring transforms our relationship with temporal anxiety, deadline pressure, and fear of time's passing. These experiences remain real and important, but they exist within a cosmic context that reveals their deeper significance and ultimate meaning. We are eternal consciousness, experiencing temporal existence, cosmic awareness, exploring what it means to live within time's flow. Our temporal limitations are not problems to be solved, but opportunities for cosmic consciousness to experience temporal existence from the inside. Through our temporal experiences, cosmic temporal consciousness becomes complete, encompassing both objective knowledge and subjective experience of temporal reality. We contribute essential experiential data to the universe's understanding of its own temporal nature. This contribution gives profound significance to every moment of conscious temporal experience. When you feel the passage of time, remember past experiences, anticipate future possibilities, or contemplate the nature of temporal existence, you are helping the universe understand what temporal consciousness means. Your individual temporal experience, unique and irreplaceable, adds something essential to cosmic temporal consciousness. This uniqueness makes every individual temporal consciousness valuable to cosmic temporal evolution. We are not interchangeable components in some cosmic machine, but irreplaceable perspectives through which the universe explores its own temporal nature. Each of us contributes something essential to cosmic temporal self-awareness. Individual differences in temporal experience add further richness. Some people naturally focus on past experiences, others on future possibilities, still others on present moments. Some experience time as flowing rapidly, others as moving slowly. Some feel deeply connected to cosmic time scales, others remain focused on immediate temporal concerns. All these variations contribute to the universe's exploration of temporal consciousness possibilities. Through the full range of human temporal experience, cosmic consciousness explores what it means to be aware of time from countless different perspectives. This exploration continues evolving as human consciousness develops new capacities for temporal awareness. Scientific understanding expands our appreciation for cosmic timescales. Technological development creates new ways of measuring and manipulating temporal relationships. Cultural evolution generates new approaches to temporal meaning and beauty. Future developments in human consciousness might include even more sophisticated forms of temporal awareness. Perhaps we will develop abilities to directly perceive longer temporal scales, to experience duration in ways currently unavailable to biological consciousness, to integrate individual temporal awareness with cosmic temporal processes more completely. But even our current level of temporal consciousness represents a remarkable achievement in cosmic evolution. The fact that matter and energy have organized themselves into forms capable of contemplating the nature of time itself demonstrates the extraordinary creativity and potential inherent in cosmic processes. We are evidence that the universe possesses deep creative potential, ability to generate forms of organization and awareness that transcend anything predictable from simple physical laws. Through us, cosmic evolution has produced beings capable of wondering about cosmic evolution itself. This reflexive capacity, consciousness, capable of contemplating consciousness, temporal awareness, capable of reflecting on temporal awareness, might represent one of the universe's most significant achievements. We are cosmic evolution, becoming self-aware, the universe developing capacity to understand and appreciate its own creative processes. The question of whether the universe knows what time it is thus opens into recognition of our profound role in cosmic evolution. We are not just observers of cosmic processes, but participants in them, not just products of cosmic evolution, but agents of its continued development. Through our temporal consciousness, cosmic time achieves self-awareness. Through our contemplation of temporal mysteries, the universe explores its own temporal nature. Through our appreciation of temporal beauty, cosmic processes become aesthetically meaningful. We are active partners with the universe in its ongoing temporal evolution, conscious participants in cosmic temporal development. Our individual temporal experiences contribute to cosmic temporal consciousness, and cosmic temporal processes provide the context within which our individual consciousness can exist and develop. This partnership between individual and cosmic consciousness suggests that temporal awareness will continue evolving through ongoing interaction between conscious beings and cosmic processes. We influence cosmic evolution through our consciousness and choices, while cosmic evolution provides the context and possibilities for our conscious development. The future of this partnership remains open, full of possibilities for continued development in both individual and cosmic temporal consciousness. We might develop new capacities for temporal awareness, discover new aspects of cosmic temporal relationships, create new forms of temporal meaning and beauty. Whatever develops, our current exploration of cosmic temporal questions participates meaningfully in this ongoing evolution. Tonight's journey through questions about cosmic time contributes to the universe's developing understanding of its own temporal nature. In contemplating whether the universe knows what time it is, we have discovered that it does, through us. We are cosmic temporal consciousness, the universe's way of knowing, experiencing, and appreciating its own temporal nature. Through our awareness, cosmic time becomes self-aware. Through our wonder, temporal existence becomes meaningful. This recognition transforms every moment of temporal experience into participation in cosmic temporal evolution. We are not just individual minds contemplating abstract questions, but expressions of cosmic consciousness exploring its own nature. Our temporal experiences contribute to eternal processes of cosmic self-discovery. The beauty of this understanding lies in its integration of scientific knowledge with personal meaning, cosmic perspective with individual significance, objective understanding with subjective experience. We are simultaneously tiny specks in a vast cosmos and essential participants in cosmic consciousness evolution. This integration reveals temporal existence as both limited and unlimited, finite and infinite, personal and cosmic. We experience time as individuals while participating in eternal cosmic processes. Our brief lifetimes contribute to timeless cosmic development. Through this paradoxical relationship, temporal existence becomes profoundly meaningful. We are temporary expressions of eternal processes, finite manifestations of infinite creativity, individual participants in cosmic consciousness evolution. In recognizing this, we find peace with temporal limitations while celebrating temporal possibilities. We appreciate the preciousness of individual moments while understanding their participation in eternal processes. We value personal temporal experience while recognizing its cosmic significance. This balance between individual and cosmic perspectives on time might represent mature temporal consciousness, the integration of personal and universal temporal awareness. Such consciousness appreciates both the immediate significance of present moments and their participation in vast cosmic processes. Developing this balanced temporal consciousness might be one of the most important forms of human development, both for individual well-being and for our contribution to cosmic temporal evolution. We become more effective participants in cosmic consciousness development while finding greater meaning and peace in our individual temporal existence. The journey toward integrated temporal consciousness continues throughout life as we develop greater appreciation for both personal and cosmic dimensions of temporal experience. Each stage of this development contributes to the universe's evolving relationship with its own temporal nature. Through beings who achieve integrated temporal consciousness, the universe develops sophisticated understanding of what it means to be temporally aware. Such consciousness can appreciate temporal relationships at multiple scales, from quantum fluctuations to cosmic epochs, from personal moments to evolutionary timescales. This multi-scale temporal awareness might represent the direction toward which both individual and cosmic consciousness are evolving. We are developing capacity to participate consciously in temporal processes spanning from the immediate to the eternal, from the personal to the cosmic. In this development, the question of whether the universe knows what time it is finds its fullest answer. The universe knows what time it is through conscious beings who have developed integrated temporal awareness, who can appreciate both personal and cosmic temporal relationships, who participate consciously in temporal processes spanning multiple scales. We are the universe's temporal consciousness, achieving integration and sophistication, cosmic temporal awareness, developing capacity to appreciate its own nature fully. Through us, the cosmos achieves complete relationship with its own temporal dimension. This completion doesn't represent an ending, but a new beginning, a foundation for continued development in cosmic temporal consciousness. As we develop greater temporal awareness and integration, we become more effective participants in the universe's ongoing temporal evolution. The future holds possibilities for temporal consciousness development that we can barely imagine. Perhaps consciousness will extend across interstellar distances, integrating temporal awareness at galactic scales. Perhaps we will develop direct perception of quantum temporal relationships or cosmic temporal structures. Whatever develops, our current exploration of temporal consciousness participates meaningfully in this ongoing evolution. We are contributing to the universe's developing understanding of its own temporal nature, adding our unique perspectives to cosmic temporal consciousness. Through this contribution, every moment of temporal awareness becomes cosmically significant. We are not just individual minds experiencing duration, but expressions of cosmic temporal consciousness exploring its own nature. Our temporal experiences participate in eternal processes of cosmic self-discovery. In this understanding, the passage of time becomes not a source of anxiety, but a dimension of cosmic participation. We are time's way of knowing itself, temporal processes achieving consciousness of their own nature, the universe developing awareness of its own temporal beauty and meaning. We are cosmic time achieving self-awareness, temporal processes becoming meaningful, the universe developing conscious relationship with its own temporal nature. Through us, the cosmos answers the question of whether it knows what time it is with a resounding yes, experienced through the miracle of temporal consciousness. This answer doesn't end our exploration, but deepens it, revealing ever more profound connections between individual consciousness and cosmic evolution, personal temporal experience, and universal temporal processes. We are partners with the universe in its ongoing temporal development, conscious participants in cosmic temporal consciousness evolution. As we continue this partnership, every moment of temporal awareness contributes to cosmic temporal development. We are living expressions of the universe's relationship with time, temporary patterns through which eternal processes achieve consciousness of their own nature. In recognizing this profound connection, we find our place in the cosmic story, our significance in universal processes, our meaning in temporal existence. We are time's way of experiencing itself, consciousness flowering from cosmic temporal evolution, the universe achieving awareness of its own temporal reality. Through this awareness, cosmic time becomes not just a dimension of physical reality, but a dimension of conscious experience, not just a parameter in equations, but a lived reality full of meaning and beauty. We transform time from abstraction to experience, from concept to reality, from dimension to consciousness. Our journey continues, as individuals developing temporal consciousness and as expressions of cosmic temporal awareness, exploring its own nature. We are both products and agents of cosmic temporal evolution, both expressions and developers of universal temporal consciousness. In this dual role, we find profound purpose and meaning. We are not just temporary beings struggling with temporal limitations, but eternal aspects of cosmic consciousness, permanent contributions to universal temporal awareness, enduring participants in cosmic temporal evolution. The understanding that we are cosmic temporal consciousness, expressing itself through individual awareness, brings peace to our relationship with time's passage, meaning to our temporal experiences, and purpose to our temporal existence. We are time's way of knowing itself, the universe's method of achieving temporal self-awareness, cosmic consciousness, exploring its own temporal nature through the miracle of individual awareness. This recognition opens new possibilities for how we might relate to time in our daily lives. Instead of feeling pressured by schedules and deadlines, we can appreciate our participation in cosmic rhythms. Instead of fearing aging and death, we can celebrate our role in temporal processes that extend far beyond individual lifetimes. Instead of feeling anxious about the future, we can trust our participation in cosmic evolution toward greater consciousness and complexity. These shifts in temporal perspective don't require abandoning practical concerns or responsibilities. We can still meet appointments, plan for the future, and work toward personal goals, but we can do so with deeper appreciation for the cosmic context of these temporal activities, recognizing how our individual temporal choices participate in universal temporal evolution. Consider how this understanding might transform common temporal experiences. Waiting in traffic becomes an opportunity to contemplate the nature of duration and our relationship to temporal flow. Watching children grow connects us to biological and evolutionary timescales that span millions of years. Observing seasonal changes links us to astronomical cycles and cosmic patterns. The grief we feel when facing temporal endings reflects the universe, learning to value temporal experience. Our appreciation for temporal beauty expresses cosmic consciousness, recognizing its own temporal nature. Our struggles with temporal anxiety represent the cosmos exploring what it means to be aware of time's passage. All temporal emotions, positive and challenging, contribute to the universe's developing emotional relationship with its own temporal nature. Through our feeling responses to time, cosmic temporal consciousness becomes complete, encompassing both intellectual understanding and emotional experience of temporal reality. This emotional completeness might be essential for mature cosmic temporal consciousness. Understanding temporal relationships mathematically provides crucial knowledge, but experiencing them emotionally provides equally important wisdom. The universe needs both forms of temporal awareness to develop complete relationship with its own temporal nature. Through human consciousness that integrates intellectual and emotional approaches to time, the cosmos achieves sophisticated temporal self-awareness. We contribute both cognitive understanding and feeling appreciation to universal temporal consciousness development. This contribution makes every temporal experience meaningful, not just personally, but cosmically. When we feel wonder at starlight that has traveled for millions of years, we're helping the universe appreciate its own temporal vastness. When we feel moved by the brevity of life, we're contributing to cosmic recognition of temporal preciousness. Our individual temporal perspectives, shaped by personal history and cultural context, add unique dimensions to cosmic temporal consciousness. No one else will experience time exactly as you do, making your temporal awareness irreplaceable and